Hi everyone, we're recording a new unexpected episode of English talk show interviews with this amazing lady who we call Kate from London, just for you to know. And I have very tricky questions for you, Katya. And some time ago we had a live with you on Instagram, so I'm not gonna ask you any obvious questions, something about English, about Australia, about positive attitude to life, because no one will be interested. Let's talk about something very particular. So some time ago you told me that you are living in your present moment. How does it work for you? Does it mean that you're not gonna plan anything in your life? You just enjoy this moment? Do you expect anything positive from your life? What is the noise? Arseny makes too much noise, okay. So living in the present moment. Give us a lecture about it, Katya.
Alright. Hello everyone. Thanks for this question.
And be as loud as possible.
Okay,
Almost shout at that guy.
Sure, try my best to express myself and to say what's going on in my head. I will try to speak from top of my head. I think being in the present means being in the present. It means that create and make the most of your moment, of your present moment. Think for the best, but enjoy yourself, enjoy your life to the fullest. I'm trying to be as motivating to myself, to everyone around me, as much as I can. Just, hoping for the best, making the most of each moment, because it will never come back.
That's true, Katya, but let's get a little bit practical. But you focus on the present moment, but maybe it's not going to solve your problems which expect you tomorrow. What are you going to do with it?
As I said, it's like you always hoping for the best, but you expect the worst. And it's where your attitude goes. If you think in a positive direction, you will attract the positive attitude, the positive people, and every single experience is an amazing one. Every bad experience is an amazing one. It allows you to take risks, to have different situations, to explore life to the fullest. Because who says it's a negative situation, if a problem is a bad situation? No, it's actually where you can develop the most of yourself.
Yeah, we know that it makes you stronger and everything, right?
I mean, there are so many famous songwriters, producers, painters, who created the best of the things when they felt the most depressed.
That's totally true, because I even wrote some pieces of poetry when I was deeply depressed. So it can be very motivating, it makes you really creative if you survive.
It gives you so much of inspiration, and it gives you a right energy to create something new, to think differently, to think in a different perspective that you never thought was possible, expected from you. You have these emotions, and make the use of these emotions the way you feel. You understand that you're living life, you're having these emotions, and they're amazing. You've got a fountain of energy that you can use into the right way, into the right perspective, and into the right project.
And some time ago, 15 minutes ago, we were discussing illusions in our life. And could you tell our viewers about it? And what you say looks like for you it's reasonable to create some illusions in your life. So you believe in positive stuff, you expect positive events in your life, and as you know, sometimes it can be quite illusional. So what is the importance of illusions in your life?
Because I think that as you explained, illusions are your expectations, to have high expectations. Probably true, when you have these illusions, you expect the best of the things. You are striving for the best. You want the best. You give yourself high goals. I think that as for me, for you it's expectations. For me, illusions are your dreams. And the most important thing is that your dreams, they don't cost you any money. Dreaming is for free.
What about disappointment?
Disappointment is from what side of the thing you're looking at, is from what side are you looking at. Every single disappointment, at this point it's a disappointment, but in the future it might be a connection of all dots that made you who you are today. who you are, the person that you are, the amazing feeling, the sympathetic thing, the sympathetic person, because you're empathetic, you're sympathetic. There are two different words, but they help you to be empathetic towards other people, to understand their problems. If you never experience a pain, how are you going to understand other people's pain? If you never experience tears, how are you going to understand other person's tears? We've all been through this, but it helps you to really get connected to the people around you. It's life, and it's amazing in all its colors, in a good, in a bad, in a dark, in a light. It's all great because it's life, because we have these emotions, we have these, feelings coming through our mind, and those. If I'm coming back a little bit, for me, illusions are my dreams that I built for myself. I want to reach to the highest, to the top of my goal. Because when you dream about something, you have goals, and those goals, it gives you energy, and the energy gives you.
And you're so positive. I have nothing to ask you about, to be honest with you. So let's make it a mutual interview. Maybe you've got something to ask me about. Do you want to know something?
Yes, how do you keep so sociable with so many people? How do you find an individual approach, a communicative approach with so many people? Because you're an owner of these discussions for many
I'm not an
years.
owner, I don't own you. No, I just host
A leader.
No, I'm not even a leader, I'm just, I call myself a connector. I connect other people.
People come to talk to you, to discuss their issues, to discuss the things going on in their heads. They come to socialize with you at some point, which is really rewarding and motivating, that they all come and get together for you in some way and because of you. That's why, how do you find, how do you socialize, how do you do this successful networking with so many people?
Well, as you know, I'm an introvert, but somehow I managed to develop this ability to, well, how shall I put it? So for me, every person is almost like a musical instrument. And I try to, well, sorry for saying this, but I try to extract a person's thoughts, what he feels or what she feels. And for me, it's really important to feel a person, and I try to believe I manage to feel other people here. Because as you probably noticed, I ask different stuff, different people, and I try to show a person that he can feel comfortable in this environment. And as you know, it's not about English, it's mostly about socializing. As you told us, it's mostly about this environment, and I like to call it the English family, Camilla knows. And maybe anything else you would like to ask about?
Yes, how to gain this trust, how to make other people comfortable, because you're quite asking such a personal, intimate questions.
And I can be even rude sometimes.
Yes, and for my students sometimes they are a little bit, they feel that I'm kind of asking too personal, too intimate questions, and they're quite laid back. They feel quite challenged having this kind of open up conversation and discussions. So how do you own, how do you gain the trust, not own, to gain the trust of other people?
Oh, it's a good question. I think that I managed to get sincere answers and direct answers because I show other people that I'm not perfect myself. I can say something negative about myself. I try to be real. I try to, well, it's very atypical for me, but I manage to be emotional somehow. And people feel that I'm just a guy who talks about something, who inspires other people to be emotional, and maybe it was hard for me. Well, at this very moment, I'm sweating, so sorry for my handkerchief.
Aww.
Yeah, so I just try to say that you shouldn't try in your real life and during the show to be perfect. I'm not a teacher, I'm not supposed to teach you, I'm not Mr. Perfect, my nose is sweating all the time, and maybe I'm still nervous a little bit. So show your imperfections, and people will show their imperfections as well.
How about professionalism? How about the spheres that you're working in? At the moment, you have your career, you have your career aspirations, you want to become very professional and you're striving for the best. You want to improve your performance, you want to improve your work. Every day you're striving for the best. How do you still being that laid back? I mean, how do you still be like, I'm not that perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect, but it's your career, it's your professional sphere.
Well, Katya, you can't imagine how often I have to be imperfect at my work because of the work pressure, because the world itself is imperfect. But, well, I don't give myself any excuses when I'm imperfect, but still, I think it's a normal part of our life, it's a normal part of my career, and I don't even try to look perfect, and I think my boss even appreciates that sometimes I can say, oh my God, I failed, I did the wrong thing, and people like it in general.
To accept your mistakes,
yeah.
To accept being not great all the time.
Yeah, and you know, during my school years, I was a perfectionist, and then I realized I'm not going to survive if I continue. And unfortunately, you're not going to be paid for being serious, otherwise I could be a millionaire during my school years, but it just doesn't work. No one will pay you for being serious. And by the way, maybe it really helps me to hold this show that I don't try to be serious.
Right.
It's not going to bring you any money or success. And maybe questions from the audience. Oля, you want to ask something? No, Camila, Arseny, Lena. Not about salsa, please.
Not today. I don't know.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, I actually want to add that something that sometimes not being perfect, and to understand that, you know, as an actor in a theater, you understand that you will never be perfect and you will never have this perfect performance, which makes you motivated. Why so many people, they study English for so many years? Because they see the improvement in every single lesson, in every single day. And improvement of your performance, improvement of your self-development, improvement, becoming a better version of yourself,
Not
of your skills.
necessarily. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Even if you learn English, you won't feel improvement on a daily basis. And it's probably the hardest part of life that quite often your efforts don't bring you anything for a long time. You should be persistent, because at my work, I could, after working there for 2 or 3 months, I could say, oh my God, it's not going to work, it's not for me. But I continued, I still suffer, I still struggle sometimes, but I'm going to survive because I want to become a good project manager.
Excellent, that sounds great. You see, you're always hoping for the best, and you're still keeping on, fighting, looking out.
And any tricky questions from our tripod, I mean our operator, no? Oля, what do you want to ask about?
What exactly do you feel when you fail? And what do you say to yourself?
Failure. Thanks for that experience. Thanks for this moment, for this situation. Every single experience teaches you something you've never thought of was possible, like so you never had this before, and you know, it gives you some presence of life, understanding of life. You live, you feel life, you sense life around you. Without failure, you wouldn't be understand of you living in this world. Understand that and feel that, and that's why things happen.
And I want to add that quite often I have to, I even repeat my failures, and I make some conclusions about it, but it's normal to fail even on a regular basis. But it's really important, even when you fail on the same thing, you should do differently every time, right?
Yeah, learn from that, make the most of your experience. So many entrepreneurs, they failed and they lost so much money, so much investment, they failed their business, but did they give up? No, they took risks, they learned from the experience, and they moved on. Learned, accepted. No, accepted, learned, and moved on.
Katya, we should read a book together someday. It's a very motivating one.
Right?
Oh, sorry, I want to say right, yeah. And boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. Katya, I really appreciate that you agreed to participate in this improvised interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Katya, I want to ask you, what is the favorite type of food you like?
Food.
Food, yeah. Pelmeni, what else? Oh, I mean, what can it be?
I think I really like salads.
Salads.
And cheese.
Yeah. So today I'm totally unprepared. I haven't brought you anything, but remember I owe you a salad and some cheese. Someday I'm gonna.
Cheers!
Thanks for watching. Watch us again. It was Kate from London in her amazing red dress. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.